Well, yesterday was the day we've been waiting for all year. We finally sent the lambs off to freezer camp, but now it's time to go out there and clean up. Let's go get that done. So let me tell you, it was quite the ordeal yesterday trying to catch these lambs. We had, as you can see as we look around here, we have a big pasture, and our original goal was to move all the lambs over to the barn over there, but unfortunately they panicked and they came back in here running under the fence. That's a problem we've had all year with this batch of lambs. As you can see, we've done things over here where we've had to put barricades on there. It's pretty interesting, but they all came back in and we could not get them to go back towards the barn, because I was always saying if we got them in the barn, we'd be good, because then we can close the door and it's much easier to deal with them in that barn. But we couldn't do that. So Christy had the idea, well, if this is their safe place, this shelter, so if we can get them in the shelter, we can just bring the trailer out here. So that's what we ended up doing. But let me tell you, that was a lot of running around trying to catch them. Big shout out to my friend Ben helping me out. We were able to finally get them all. Getting them on the trailer wasn't that big of a deal, but then now we have to deal with all the cleanup here. So since we're looking at starting a new adventure, we got to clean up after the lambs. It's a lot of work, but you know, I don't mind it. It's better than sitting behind a desk. And cleaning up like this often makes me think of our own lives. Do we look at them like we just have it all together, or do we sometimes take the time to actually dig beneath some of the outer layers? Because even just looking in here, it didn't look that bad. Sometimes my life from the outside may not look that bad, but when I go underneath my layers, I find some grossness and some sin that I need to deal with. Are we taking the time in our lives to spend with God and do what we need to do to get some of that muck and filth out from our deeper layers, so we're not just clean on the outside, but clean on the inside? It reminds me of the verse that Jesus, when he's talking about the Pharisees and talking about how you are clean on the outside but not clean on the inside. Are we taking time to clean ourselves on the inside? Well, I just want you to know that the shelter is now cleaned up. Took a little longer than I thought. Had to bring the rototiller out here and kind of grind some of that hard stuff up that was in here from the lambs being on it all summer long and standing on it and doing their duty on it. So, but we have it ready. We have it cleaned up, and it'll be ready for the next occupant. Thank you for watching our video. We'll see you next time on Morning Glory Farm.